Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, the search is on for answers after two teenage boys are shot in Detroit.
It happened in Midtown this afternoon. One of them is hospitalized right now. Fox News' Dave Kinchin has the story.
Tonight, more gunfire, more rattled nerves, and more residents looking for action to stop the violence.
Each summer gets worse.
John Holliday not holding back his feelings on gun violence ahead of the summer months with news of two teenage boys getting shot on West Street near Detroit's Eastern Market in broad daylight Friday afternoon. The first teen is stabilized at a hospital. The second was grazed in the finger by a bullet, treated and released. Scores of shell casings littering the area.
I'm just glad that I don't have any children that's involved in the gun shooting and the violence. My children, we haven't raised them to do anything, do things like shoot, man, kill.
The exact circumstances surrounding the shooting aren't quite clear, but witnesses say they saw a white SUV drive away and hop on I-75 at Mac, another area with police investigating apparent gunfire according to sources. Meantime, nerves are tense amid fear of retaliation.
Pretty much keep my eyes open and stay out of harm's way the best I can.
Just to be present in the community. So we are worried about retaliation. So just us being out here present right now, hopefully to be able to prevent that.
We met up with team members from New Era Detroit who went to work to see what they could find out about the shooting while offering information to neighbors who might need some help in dealing with all the violence. It's a big part of their Hood to Hood program.
It's like our mobile block party. We go each block, house to house, give out free resources, people who do need help getting a job, mental health, health care, paying bills like DT bill, rent bill, and so forth and so on. So we all wrap around resources.
Keep in mind, Detroit police say they've really been working to bring the violence down to record lows. They ended 2023 with a record low in homicides, and they credit many Detroit community groups, including groups like New Era Detroit, for helping to get that work done. At Detroit Police Headquarters, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
Two suspects on the run after a deadly shooting last night in Melvindale. This happened in the area of Outer Drive and I-75. Now, police say the suspects were in an SUV and opened fire on a Mercedes. The driver of that Mercedes, a 20-year-old man, crashed into a tree and died. Police have not released a suspect description.
Another emotional day in court for the man accused in his cousin's death. Today, prosecutors played recordings of Jalen Brazier's interrogation with Detroit police and the FBI. Brazier allegedly dumped Zion Foster's body in a trash bin in January of 2022. She was never found. New video played in court today shows Brazier admitting to Detroit police he and Zion both did acid on the night she died.
If he did something under the influence of that, I need to know that, because that's a big difference, and I can understand that. That I can appreciate. If you did something after you took acid, that's a game changer.
Brazier is charged with second-degree murder. His trial will resume Monday morning. Well, growing outrage tonight after a man pleads no contest to the murder of his girlfriend, a Detroit police sergeant.
And here's the deal. It actually means he won't see more time behind bars. The shooting happened in 2019. Sergeant Elaine Williams was shot several times during a fight with Eddie Ray Jr. Johnson. He was also shot and had claimed self-defense. Now, originally charged with first-degree murder, Johnson was granted a medical release from jail after posting $10,000 bond. Today, he pled guilty to manslaughter with a sentence agreement of 3 years probation. To family members of Sergeant Williams, it's a huge blow in their search for justice.
It has not been easy. And now to hear, about this plea deal that was offered that went from first-degree premeditated murder down to manslaughter is just a punch in the gut. It's gut-wrenching.
If Johnson violates his probation, he'll face a minimum of 57 months in prison. In a statement, Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy said both Johnson and Williams were shot with the same gun. She went on to say, quote, "Considering our burden of proof, we believe this is an appropriate resolution," end quote. Well, this next one was a tragedy on the freeway earlier this week. A mom is accused of driving under the influence in a crash that killed her son.
But tonight, that mother is speaking out. Here's Fox 2's Camila Miri.
He was full of life. He was my everything.
Her 4-year-old son, Jaquavius King Baskin, gone in an instant. A crash on I-75 near 94 in Detroit on Monday. The little boy, not properly restrained, was ejected and died as a result of his injuries. The driver, his mother, Shaniqua Baskin, failed a field sobriety test on the scene.
I'm shooken up. I have my child on the ground. Of course I can't walk a straight line. I barely can breathe.
She was taken into custody and blood was drawn to determine if she was under the influence. Investigators are waiting on those results.
Anybody that knows Shaniqua, they know Shaniqua doesn't drink at all.
Meanwhile, on Friday, family and friends gathering to honor Jaquavius.
His personality is just unbelievable. You know, he was like he was advanced for his age. His personality, if you meet him, you'll love him when you first meet him.
He was very, very happy, outgoing. He loved to play. He loved to give me a hug every time he saw me.
And while the memories are happy,
I'm really at a loss for words right now. The only thing I can do is pray. That's all I can do. Pray for deliverance and pray for peace. That's all I can do.
It's just hard. It's really hard. I didn't have much time with him. And the time I did have, just memories.
And so far, Shaniqua hasn't been charged with anything. Of course, investigators waiting on those toxicology reports to determine if she was indeed under the influence of alcohol or drugs by chance. In the meantime, she did tell me that Child Protective Services has taken away her 6-year-old daughter. Camila Mary on The Edge.
All right, my friends, look outside if you can. This is really cool. Several people across Metro Detroit sharing photos of the Northern Lights. Several viewers have been sharing their incredible photos with us. Special thanks to Terry Coram in Southgate, Amanda Zarzua in Taylor, and Todd Brangan in Waterford. What incredible photographs. It's not often we see such a beautiful scene out there.
Because we're in here?
Because we're, the lights we're looking at are studio lights. You get to see that. That looks really good.
Oh, I know. But that is beautiful. Thank you very much for that. But we also want to know another big thing that might be happening in the sky, and that's sun, hopefully for Mother's Day. Stephanie?
Yeah, for sure. And we do have still a lot of time to enjoy the Northern Lights. So when you guys are getting off work later on today, I do think you'll still be able to enjoy them. It's underneath a mainly clear sky at the moment, so you couldn't have asked for better sky conditions to get this event. We haven't seen anything like this since 2005, so kind of a rare occurrence here across the state. With that, we're looking at comfortably cool temps in the low 50s right now, partly to mainly clear skies across much of southeast Michigan at this point. Not picking up on much on radar. That is mainly ground clutter at this point. But what we are seeing, showers now moving into parts of Milwaukee over Lake Michigan, and that will eventually track into the state as early as, say, 4, 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we're not completely in the clear from the rain. Eventually, by around, say, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, we'll start to see cloud cover increase, and then shower chances increase again, closer to 4, 5, even 6 o'clock in the morning. Once this line moves out, there is that chance of seeing maybe a few lingering showers through the afternoon, but a lot of us do manage to see some dry time, and there might even be a little bit of clearing as we head into very late Saturday. Otherwise, temperatures tonight will bottom out upper 40s, low 50s, 48 degrees. That shower chance arriving very early tomorrow morning. Your weekend as a whole doesn't look too bad. We do have a lot of dry time. Temperatures remain cool to start. I think a lot of us will be in the low 60s Saturday. Then by Sunday, we should be in the upper 60s to near 70 for Mother's Day. So really nice day for Mom. There is that outside chance of an isolated shower during the afternoon, early evening hours, but nothing really to cancel plans over. Most of the day staying mainly dry. Then Monday, more shower chances arrive, and that's going to continue through the day on Tuesday. The extended forecast shows numbers eventually returning to the 70s by Monday. 76 degrees forecasted high, few showers around. A little cooler on Tuesday with daytime highs in the upper 60s with a few scattered showers too. We do begin to dry out as we head through Wednesday and Thursday of next week, and then by this time next week, we're talking the potential for a few showers with highs in the low 70s. Roop.
All right, good stuff. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Detroit pride on display at tonight's Tigers game against the Houston Astros. It's part of the City Connect series, a partnership between Nike and the MLB. These uniforms feature a nod to Detroit's rich history, like tire treads, VIN numbers, and an M1 patch. How cool. The team also celebrated with a block party outside Comerica Park featuring a classic car show, live music, and giveaways.
We put the world on wheels, and so that is what the theme of our City Connect uniforms is all about. We have the best fans in baseball, and so with thinking through what our City Connect launch was going to be, how could we not have a block party for them?
How cool is that? It's a block party that's happening also, by the way, tomorrow from noon until 6:30. Players will wear the uniforms at every Friday home game this season.
It's delicious. It honestly tastes like the legacy of Detroit.
It's okay to be messy. These are donuts. These are so good.
Donut lovers rejoice. Detroit's iconic Dutch Girl Donuts back open. Our own Charlie Langton was on hand there bright and early this morning as people packed the business on Woodward. Look at that line. The donut shop closed during the pandemic in 2021 because of staffing issues, but came under new ownership last year.